fate of the RMS Titanic is one of the most famous legends in the world. Although the events happened over a century ago, the name Titanic and its tragic story remains as vivid as ever. The ship RMS Titanic was a supreme example of technology. It was a passenger liner that boasted a brand of magnificence, the likes of which had never before been seen. It was referred to as a miracle in the history of industrialization. Its passengers came from every segment of society, from world-class millionaires and celebrities of the time, to people from humble origins who were simply seeking a new life in the new world. The sinking of RMS Titanic was the first true example of international news. Dubbed the unsinkable Titanic, the story that flashed across the wires in 1912 still echoes in our minds today. Titanic, the Artifact Exhibition, Premier Exhibitions Inc. and RMS Titanic Inc. presents the many accounts of RMS Titanic to the world. By restoring and preserving artifacts from the ship and the personal items of those on board, the stories of the ship and its passengers can finally be told. Premier Exhibitions organised 8 deep-sea archaeological expeditions to the Titanic, which saw tens of billions of dollars worth of investment to secure the artifacts. Countless hours of work from dive crews who at times faced life-threatening situations contributed to the success of the mission. The deep-sea expeditions were conducted using the most advanced technologies available. For example, a manned submersible dove 3,800 meters underwater to the final resting place of the ship in search of the relics. Once located, a robotic arm was extended with extreme care to retrieve the relics and artifacts, placing them in a special container and sending them upward to the surface. To date, the exhibition has been seen by over 25 million visitors. Every exhibit item tells its own story in the tragedy of RMS Titanic. The bell, which was sounded as a warning about the iceberg ahead. The wheel which Robert Hitchens, the helmsman, operated. The wheel which could not be turned in time to stop the ship from hitting the iceberg. The navigation light which sent Morse code out into the darkness in the hope of a rescue. The cry for help that was ignored. Unfulfilled wishes and dreams are also presented through these exhibits. Items such as these bottles, which contained all types of aromatic perfumes brought by the passenger, Mr. Solfeld. They represented his wish to start a new trend in floral scents in America. Here is the romantic tale of a gentleman whose travel tickets chronicled the overseas journeys to India and Egypt for both him and his lover. The lives of more humble passengers are also on display, like that of Franz Pulbern, who was sent to Paris to build a carnival facility. He carried a bilingual dictionary with him, as well as stock and share certificates with a high-value return. These were valuable items in his life. The RMS Titanic was designed to be a luxurious floating ocean palace. Even the walls of the first-class dining hall shimmered like fine-cut glass. This treatment had never before been seen on any other ship. This bronze cherub was placed on the grand staircase for lighting. These items represent only a fraction of the collection of over 5,000 artifacts recovered from RMS Titanic by Premier Exhibitions. Without careful treatment, the recovered artifacts rescued from the deep sea could break down and deteriorate. In order to properly preserve these priceless items, Premier Exhibitions built first-class storage facilities and put together teams of professional material experts. Once the artifacts were on shore, experts identified the materials on site and built up a specific preservation plan. In 2010, the expedition, for the first time ever, conducted a comprehensive survey map of RMS Titanic, including the authoritative definition on the wreck site boundaries. The ship and her entire artifact debris field were captured by high-resolution sonar and 3D optical imagery in order to realize the virtual resurfacing of RMS Titanic and present her to the public in an unprecedented manner. By assuming the managerial work and shouldering historical responsibility, Premier Exhibitions Inc. and RMS Titanic Inc. are providing the duty of care for these priceless relics. The company and its partners are creating a new beginning for coming generations in the task of preserving the RMS Titanic, its stories, and its artifacts. Unique artifacts, touching stories. Titanic, the Artifact Exhibition. With a brand spanning a century, millions of visitors, over 100 awards, famous throughout the globe.